The sun beat down mercilessly, the sand stretched endlessly, a sea of shimmering gold. This was the Sahara, a place of stark beauty and unforgiving conditions. The air hung heavy and hot, a suffocating blanket over the land. It was a constant battle for survival. Few creatures dared to challenge the desert's dominion, even fewer could withstand its wrath. The wind whipped up sandstorms in an instant, erasing all traces of life. The sun glared down, baking the earth. In this unforgiving landscape, every drop of water was precious, every scrap of shade a blessing. The desert demanded resilience, it demanded respect, and it showed no mercy to those who dared to underestimate its power. Amidst the unforgiving dunes, a shadow flickered. It was the outline of a camel, once a majestic creature, now on the brink of death. Its coat, once a rich, warm brown, was now dull and dusty. The camel's eyes, usually bright and alert, were clouded with pain and exhaustion. It had been abandoned, left to the mercy of the desert. Perhaps its owners had no choice, forced to leave their loyal companion behind in the face of dwindling resources. Or perhaps they had simply given up, believing the camel too far gone to save. Whatever the reason, the camel was alone. Its breathing was shallow, its body racked with tremors. This magnificent creature, a symbol of resilience, was now teetering on the edge of oblivion. Ahmed, a seasoned traveler of the Sahara, knew the desert's secrets. He had spent countless days and nights under its vast, star-studded skies, learning its rhythms and whispers. He knew its dangers, but also its silent beauty. The way the dunes shifted with the wind, creating ever-changing landscapes that were both mesmerizing and treacherous. He traveled light, his heart heavy with compassion for all creatures. His minimal gear was a testament to his deep understanding of the desert's demands and his respect for its harsh environment. He had seen hardship, witnessed the unforgiving nature of his homeland, the scorching heat, the biting cold of the desert nights, and the relentless winds that could strip a man to his bones. But he never lost his empathy, his instinctive need to help those in need. Whether it was a fellow traveler or a stranded animal, Ahmed's heart always reached out. On that fateful day, his journey took him across a familiar stretch of desolate dunes. The landscape was both a friend and a foe, a place he knew intimately yet respected deeply. The sun was at its zenith, casting long, harsh shadows. The heat was oppressive, the kind that could drain a man's strength in minutes. As he navigated his camel train, a flicker of movement in the distance caught his eye. It was a subtle shift, almost imperceptible, but Ahmed's keen senses picked it up immediately. It was the faintest of signs, a slight tremor in the shimmering heat. A mirage perhaps, but Ahmed had learned to trust his instincts. But Ahmed knew the desert well. He had spent years honing his skills, becoming one with the land. He recognized the telltale signs of distress. The desert, though silent, spoke to him in ways only he could understand. Guided by a sense of purpose, he urged his camels forward, his heart pounding with a mixture of hope and dread. He knew that every moment counted, and he was determined to make a difference. As Ahmed approached, the sight of the fallen camel confirmed his fears. The harsh desert sun beat down mercilessly, casting long shadows over the lifeless form sprawled in the sand. The camel was close to death, its body ravaged by dehydration and exhaustion. Its eyes, once full of life, were now dull and glazed, a stark reminder of the unforgiving environment. But amidst the despair, Ahmed saw a flicker of life, a faint pulse that refused to be extinguished. It was a fragile sign, but it was enough to ignite a spark of hope within him. And in that moment, he made a silent promise. He vowed to do everything in his power to save this creature, to give it a fighting chance against the odds. He would not let this creature die. His resolve was unwavering, his determination as fierce as the desert winds that howled around him. Gently, he knelt beside the fallen animal. The sand was scorching hot, but he ignored the discomfort, focusing solely on the task at hand. He spoke softly, his voice a calming presence in the vast emptiness. His words were a soothing balm, a promise of safety and care. Reaching into his saddlebag, he produced a precious flask of water, a lifeline in this unforgiving land. Every drop was a treasure, a beacon of hope in the desolate expanse. With infinite care, he tipped a few drops onto the camel's parched lips. The water glistened in the sunlight, a symbol of life in the midst of desolation. The camel stirred, its instincts urging it to drink, to fight for survival. It was a small movement, but it filled Ahmed with renewed determination. Slowly, painstakingly, Ahmed coaxed the life-giving liquid past the camel's cracked lips. Each drop was a lifeline, a testament to his unwavering dedication. Each drop was a victory, a testament to Ahmed's unwavering compassion. In the heart of the desert, amidst the relentless heat and sand, a bond was forged between man and beast, a testament to the enduring spirit of life. Ahmed knew he couldn't stay in that spot forever. The desert was constantly shifting, and he had to reach his destination before nightfall, but he couldn't, in good conscience, abandon the camel now. He had given it water, a fighting chance. To leave it now would be to negate his efforts, to condemn it to a slow and painful death. He made a decision. He would fashion a makeshift sledge from his supplies. It wouldn't be easy, but he would find a way to transport the camel. He owed it to the animal, to the silent plea in its eyes. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the dunes, Ahmed worked tirelessly. He used his ingenuity, his knowledge of the desert, to create a contraption that would allow him to move the camel. Section 6. The Will to Live. The journey was arduous, a relentless battle against the unforgiving elements of the desert. The camel, weak and vulnerable, needed constant care. Its once strong legs now trembled with every step, and its eyes, once full of life, were now dull and weary. Ahmed stopped frequently, offering water and whatever meager sustenance he could spare. Each drop of water was a lifeline, each morsel of food a glimmer of hope. He spoke to the animal, whispered words of encouragement. His voice, though soft, carried the weight of his determination and love. He knew that recovery, if it came, would be a long and difficult process. The desert was a harsh teacher, and its lessons were never easy. But he refused to give up hope. His resolve was as unyielding as the desert sun, burning bright even in the darkest moments. There were moments of doubt, times when the camel seemed to be fading. Its breaths were shallow, its movements sluggish. But then it would rally, its eyes regaining a flicker of their old fire, a spark of life that refused to be extinguished. Perhaps it was the water, the nourishment, or maybe it was the bond they shared, a connection that transcended words. Or perhaps it was something more, an awareness of Ahmed's kindness, a will to live sparked by his unwavering care. Days turned into nights and the struggle continued. The desert, a silent observer, witnessed the unfolding drama. Its vastness echoed the trials and triumphs of their journey. The camel, against all odds, began to show signs of improvement. Each step it took was a testament to its resilience. It was a slow process, a gradual return from the brink, but with each passing day, the camel grew stronger, its spirit unbroken. But for Ahmed, each small victory was a cause for celebration. Every sign of recovery was a reminder that hope, no matter how fragile, could endure even in the harshest of conditions. Section 7. A Second Chance. One morning, as the sun painted the sky in hues of pink and orange, a miracle occurred. The camel struggled to its feet. It was a shaky, uncertain stance, but it stood. Ahmed watched, his heart filled with awe and relief. The camel took a hesitant step, then another, its legs trembling with the effort. It was a testament to the animal's resilience, its innate will to survive. But it was also a testament to Ahmed's compassion, his refusal to give up on a creature in need. From that day forward, the camel's recovery was swift. It regained its strength, its coat regaining its luster. The spark returned to its eyes, a glimmer of its old spirit. It would never forget Ahmed's kindness, the debt it owed to this stranger who had given it a second chance at life. Section 8. The Bond of Compassion. The bond between man and beast deepened. Ahmed, true to his nature, continued to care for the camel long after it had regained its strength. He never treated it with anything less than respect and affection. The camel, in turn, seemed to understand. It would follow Ahmed, its large, soulful eyes never leaving his side. Their story spread, carried by the desert winds. It became a tale whispered around campfires, a testament to the power of compassion in a world that often seemed devoid of it. Ahmed, however, never sought praise or recognition. He had acted instinctively, driven by a force greater than himself. He believed that all creatures deserved kindness, especially those who couldn't ask for it. Section 9. A Ripple of Hope. In the grand tapestry of life, Ahmed's act of kindness may have seemed small, insignificant, but in the heart of the desert, it resonated with a power that belied its simplicity. It served as a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, hope could bloom. Compassion, like a drop of water in the parched landscape, had the power to nourish, to heal, to transform. Ahmed, the silent guardian of the desert, had shown that even the smallest acts of kindness could have the most profound impact. His story, a beacon of hope, continued to inspire, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit, driven by compassion, had the power to make a difference.